Hey guys, it's Reagan, and I got a new camera. What? Yes, I am filming today my Christmas book haul, but first I want to address that yes, I got a new camera, that's why I'm in a new location, and it's nighttime. Good job. What I mean by that is, it's nighttime, that means no natural lighting, so I'm sorry if the lighting is really crappy, but anyway, hopefully, yes, I'm rambling now, but hopefully you like the new camera. I like the new camera, though I have no idea how to do anything with it at all. I'm just like, such a professional. Okay, moving on. So yes, today I'm going to do a Christmas book haul, and I will say I had a lovely Christmas, and I hope everyone else had a lovely Christmas. The funny thing about this book haul is I didn't actually get any of them for Christmas. I bought them myself, but because they were so close to Christmas, my mom was like, Reagan, you can't have those till Christmas. Put them underneath the Christmas tree. So that's what I did. So now I have them. So I was kind of like my own Santa. So independent. Let's get started. The very first thing I bought was a box set. And it is the Warrior Heir box set by Cinda Williams-Chima. So this includes the Warrior Heir, the Wizard Heir, and the Dragon Heir, this box set. And the funny thing, okay, so I've actually already read these. I read these in middle school, so it was a really, really long time ago. And when I got them, I was like, man, these are a lot skinnier than I remember them being. And then I like felt them. They're like 20 pounds. They're just super condensed. Like this book is 440 pages. What? So yeah, they're like a special kind of super skinny paperback, but you know. And the reason why I actually bought the box set was because Miss Cinda Williams-Chima released a new book in that series, which I thought it was over, but it's not. And that was the Enchanter Heir. So I'm so excited to read this, but first I need to reread the old series, and then I'm going to read this. Good old fantasy. And if you're not familiar with the overall fantasy, I'll give a quick brief synopsis. It's an urban fantasy, so it's set in modern times, and it follows a variety of characters. And basically each set of characters finds out they have some sort of ability, be it like the Warrior Heir centers around a character who's really good at fighting, so he's a Warrior Heir, and then Wizard Heir, magic, etc. It's really, really interesting. I don't remember too much because it's been a really long time since I read it, but I remember enjoying it oh so very much. So yes, next book I got is a sequel, and that is gonna be The Girl Who Fell Beneath Fairyland by Catherine Valente. And I actually haven't read the first one yet. I just kind of jumped the gun. I just figured I would really enjoy it, so I bought the second one. A little maybe premature, but whatever. And yes, I'm really excited to start this series. I'm really interested in middle grade right now, and I don't know, I just think I'm really gonna like it. The next book I got, really excited for, and that is Therithmatist by Brandon Sanderson. If you didn't know Brandon Sanderson, he's the guy who wrote The Final Empire, Mistborn Book 1, and a lot of other books. He's written a lot of books, and I loved that book. And this is his young adult kind of middle grade hybrid book, and it's fantasy but also like steampunk, and it has illustrations on the inside and like pictures and diagrams and all sorts of really awesome stuff. I just want to read this so badly. I can't even handle it at all. The next two books I got, one of them you've already seen because I've read recently, but it's part of a series, and that is Sapphire Blue by Kirsten Gear and Emerald Green by Kirsten Gear. These are part of the Ruby Red trilogy. I don't know the proper name for that trilogy. Oopsies. But it's a time-traveling fantasy book. It's really good. I've read Sapphire Blue and the first one, Ruby Red. Really enjoyed it. And I got Emerald Green because I enjoyed the first two so much. And I hope to read it very, very soon. Yes. Really good books. The next book I got also really, well, obviously I keep saying I'm really excited for because I am. I got a lot of books I've been really, really wanting. And the next book I got is Unsold by Neil Shusterman. This is the third book in the Unwind dystology. And I read the first two. They were amazing. It's such a cool dystopian-esque world. If you're not familiar, the first one follows a whole bunch of characters, but it's centered around the idea that when you are 16, I believe, I could be wrong, your parents can choose to unwind you, which is basically to harvest you for body parts. And it follows a whole bunch of different storylines that kind of converge together. It's really interesting and very socially pragmatic. It's very good. So I got the third one, it just came out, and I also bought a bookmark. Woo! It has mustaches on it. The next book I bought, I've actually already read as well, but I saw it half-price book for like $5 and I almost fainted because I loved it, and I borrowed it from a friend at the time. And that is Runes by Orson Scott Card. This is the second book in the Pathfinder series, and I read it earlier this year, loved it, loved this even more than Pathfinder. It kind of like blew my mind like 10 times while reading it. Pathfinder, if you didn't know, is kind of a fantasy sci-fi hybrid, and it follows a boy named Rig, who has the ability to see paths of things. I know that sounds really strange, but he can basically see paths of like people who have already been through here, so of the past. It's really hard to explain because you kind of find out as you go, and it's really good, but it's basically about Rig's adventure through this book series. Good synopsis, right? But it's really freaking awesome, just saying. The next book I got is The Song of the Lioness by Tamara Pierce, and this is a fantasy novel following a girl who wants to be a knight, so she dresses up like a boy and becomes a knight. Yeah, I love fantasy, and I saw, so Little Book Owl mentioned this, and she likes it, I'm sure I'll like it, and I haven't read a Tamara Pierce book yet, which I think is really strange, so it's another reason why I picked this up. The next book I got is Vicious by Victoria Schwab. I have heard nothing but good things about this book and the author. This book is an adult book, and it just sounds so good. From what I can gather, because I generally don't read a lot into books besides just people's reactions, it's about two nemesis, however you want to say that, and they're like desire to like destroy each other, but neither one is really good, which is a really interesting idea, and I think very realistic because, let's be real, like no one's perfect, and I'm just so intrigued by this and I want to read it so badly. The next book I got is like so beautiful looking, and that is In the Shadows of Blackbirds by Kat Winters. Okay, this book I'm not even really sure. I know it's historical fiction and I know it's creepy. I want to say it has to do with ghosts as well, and within the actual book there's like creepy pictures as well, and stuff like that just really intrigues me. So I'm excited to read this. The next book I got is really awesome, and that is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. I have been wanting to read this book for a really long time, but I've actually put off reading it because the last one got pushed back, and I just knew from people's reactions the cliffhanger of this book, or all the books, are crazy, but I just can't hold off anymore, so I bought the first one. From what I can gather, this book series follows a girl named Mara Dyer who I think like loses her memory, and like she's trying to figure out what's going on, and she has like hallucinations, so throughout the novel you're not even sure what's real and what's fake. I don't know, it sounds really trippy and really cool, and I'm really want to read it. The next book is super exciting, and that is The Assassin's Curse by Cassandra Rose Clark. Okay, so I don't know if anyone remembers this, but I love fantasy, shock, but for the longest time I've been wanting to read an assassin like pirate book thing, and that's what this is. It has all of my favorite things. It's basically like Assassin's Creed Black Flag in a book with the female lead. I'm so excited to read this, guys. I can't even. And plus the cover is just so pretty, and the second one as well, Pirate's Wish, is another pretty book. I just love them. I just excitement. The next book I got is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. This is a high fantasy novel. I know Cassidy Von Shea is currently reading and liking, so that's great news. And Kiwi Lover read this as well, and that's actually where I first saw this book channel-wise, and she really liked it. I know this book follows multiple perspectives of super different people within one kingdom, and I'm pretty sure their stories kind of intertwine in a way. It says like, you have 4 perspectives: a princess, a rebel, a sorceress, and an heir. It just sounds like great fantasy. And Rebel Spring, the sequel, just came out, so I'm really looking forward to get into another fantasy series. The next book I got was actually a present from me brother, my broski, and that is Jane Austen and 7 novels. This beautiful Barnes & Noble leather bound edition, because he knows I love books and he knew I would like a pretty book, and I really do like Jane Austen's. I've only read one Jane Austen book, so I can't really, and I've read Pride and Prejudice, and I've been wanting to read more of her work, so I mean this is kind of perfect because there's 7 of them in here, so it's perfect. And the very last book I have to show you guys is actually one I got sent for review, and it's Project Eden by B. Murat. Oh man, I'm so terribly sorry if I'm saying that wrong. And I have to say, I don't take very many books for review. I only take ones that I really think I'm gonna like. So that being said, and this is a book that I really think I'm gonna like. It follows a boy who's forced each night to walk through people's dreams. And basically he falls in love and all sorts of complicated things ensue, but it's like an interesting sci-fi paranormal mix, and I don't know, I just thought it was really cool. And the last book I have to show you guys is probably the one I'm most excited to have, and it is The Lady in the Cottage by our very own Patrice, I don't know how to say her last name, Bugain. Patrice, guys, you know her from Books Overlooks. She wrote a book. She wrote a book. And she sent it to me, and I'm so excited to read it, but she wrote a book. It's so cool. I will leave the Amazon link to this book below, by the way, so you can check it out yourself. And yes. Oh guys, there is the end of my Christmas book haul, though I'm sure, and hopefully this will be the last book haul before the end of the year, because I need to slow down a little bit. Anyway, I hope you guys had a lovely holiday, and hope you have a wonderful new year, and I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you with another video. Bye!